What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Fhatuwani. You tune into the second episode of Artist Circle. We're gonna be exploring the worlds of the artist. Come through, follow me.
Hi, my name is Fhatuwani. Welcome to my Artist Circle.
I bet. There's so many places we can start with this, right?
Sure.
But I want to start with the first place is, who are you? Not just the normal what inspires you, but who are you as in where did this whole journey start for you?
Sure. So I'm Fhatuwani Mukheli. I'd like to call myself a man of many talents. I discovered my love for art at the age of 7. At the same time with my twin brother, we saw our dad draw a portrait of the three of us. And from that day, I was like, I'm an artist. This is who I am. And yeah, so since that time of me discovering that I love art, it always been in my life, you know. And then first year of high school, I took my first train to school. I saw graffiti and I fell in love with it. And then graffiti introduced me to graphic design. And then graphic design introduced me to advertising. And advertising introduced me to art direction. Art direction introduced me to photography. And then, funny enough, things went almost 360. I'm back doing graffiti, which is one thing I really love. I love it because it's use of color,
Yes.
and the technique that people don't know about, like the pressure control, all that stuff. And I'm a professional artist now. From doing all these careers that I mentioned, I do art as a profession completely. And yeah, I just have fun in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm living, it's almost like I'm in my second childhood. Actually, I'm in my second childhood because the things I enjoyed as a child, I'm doing now, and they are my source of living or my income.
Yeah, which is the dream.
It's the dream,
Which is the
completely.
dream. Knowing what you know now and the journey you embarked on, what are the 5 words would you use to describe you now?
Stay true to yourself and do the things you love. And those things are the only things that will make you the person you are. And your purpose is based on the things you love.
Nice and simple. And what are the 5 things you can't live without?
My friends, adventure, painting, art, adventures, traveling, music. I can't live without music, and family. Yeah.
And knowing the artist industry and the journeys a lot of people take, what are the obstacles that you have faced and tips that you would give to someone who's trying to be on the same level you're on?
I think the obstacles I faced are all mental, and they all by me, because I believe that no one owes you anything. In any industry, in anything, you owe it to yourself to be what you want to be. So the obstacles I faced were my own mental challenges, or when I don't believe I can do it. Those are the obstacles. And I would never say, oh, I went to this place and that guy said no, or I went to that gallery and they rejected me. No, all of that stuff that I faced and I realized that are challenges are only here.
It's all internal.
It's all internal.
Yeah.
And the secret to it is, if you conquer your mind, you will conquer everything around you. Whatever you want to be is up to you. It's your decision, no one's decision. You know, and that's the only thing I realized later in life, which I think I kind of realized this now, a year ago or 2 years ago, when I started doing my art professionally. I realized that there's no gatekeeper. The only gatekeeper is yourself, you know, and you have to open those doors, and we all have the keys to whatever success is called. We all have the key, and the difference is that, are you opening it? you know, and that key is only here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And life circumstances are there. I won't disregard that. There's people who have it hard, who come from humble beginnings and more challenges. But all of that stuff is there for you to conquer it. There's no, I believe that God didn't bring us in the world with with challenges that we can't conquer. You know, you can conquer it. You just need to.
Yeah. When did that introspection start for you?
I've always kind of had it, but it only started making sense now. And I won't say I knew everything. You know, in life you grow and you stumble into wisdom or knowledge, and the more you absorb this stuff, the more the vision is clearer. You know, I'd say that now where I am, I realize that everything I want to be and I wanted to be is all up to me. No one else but me. You know, and I have to make the decision first and say, like, let's say I want to be a car racer. If I make the decision, I must see through it, you know, and do it. And see how far I can go with it. But it must be for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Deep.
Thanks.
Deep. With regards to your art, when did you know you're ready to show it to the world?
I wouldn't say I've always shown my art. I just never believed it would be where it is now. When I was in advertising, I was obsessed with sketching and drawing, and I have a lot of artwork I used to put out in 2011, let's say 2009 till 2013. I was kind of active, but I was doing it as a cool thing. I never saw myself doing it professionally. And then the tipping point happened through lockdown, where I was bored in my apartment and I had nothing to do. I just thought, what is it that makes me happy? You know, I had that introspection moment where I kind of have every cool thing and everything I like, but there was still like an emptiness in me. And I personally always go back to look inside myself and say, what is it that makes me happy? And then I fix that. So I went in, looked at myself. Hey, hold on. Hey, gents. And yeah, so I went in and I looked at myself, I reviewed, I said, what makes me happy? I love gymnastics with my twin brother. We love to do backflips and all that stuff. We love parkour. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing that. And then what else do I like? I like art. I'm gonna start doing that because I'm an entrepreneur. I own an agency and I own a restaurant, and it's things that keep me extremely busy, you know?
Yeah.
And now lockdown, it's not happening, so I have time. So I started doing the things that make me happy. And the art was extremely therapeutic, as same as the working out and starting to do backflips again, because it connects me to my inner child. And that way I then like felt so connected with myself, and when I shared my work, instantly it kind of took off. You know, a lady in Germany said, hey, I really like that, how much is it? I gave her a price. She said, cool, send it through PayPal. She paid, and then the next thing I'm selling work to Washington DC, you know. And yeah, 2 years and a half we're here.
Would you say those are the points that made you realize, like, yes, I'm hitting the mark?
Yes,
with what I'm doing.
There were, and there's a bigger story to it. I'll share it a bit. So, obviously, when I sold the work, and I was like, yo, I made money, and everyone's not making money in lockdown. Our business had the savings, and we're earning from the savings, but it's going negative, you know.
Yeah.
So I made like 10K with an artwork. Tomorrow, 10K. Like I sold 4 artworks in a week. I was like, yo, okay.
Dollars?
Yeah, no, not in dollars. In rands then, you know. And then I was like, yo, I just made 40K in a week.
Yeah.
Most, this is serious. And then I love money, and I won't lie. I love money because it affords me to do the things I like. I was like, okay, let me change them out. So I started painting a lot, and then no one bought. And then there was like kind of a rude awakening because I felt weird again, you know, that oh shit, I'm posting, I'm drawing, but no one's buying, you know. And I was like, no, I forgot that I was doing it for me, not to sell. I mustn't lose that point. I must create the stuff for me because it's therapeutic. And I like to post art therapy on Instagram. It's because when I paint, it's truly therapeutic to me. I feel like that time when I was practicing how to draw a portrait, and the first time I showed my dad that, oh look, I drew a portrait of you and it looks like him. That's the feeling I feel every time I paint, and it heals me. So yes, the money, yes, the career and people buying and collecting my work, but it's honestly something I can do without getting paid because it makes me so happy inside and it heals me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say was your breakthrough in the game?
In the
Like-
game, my breakthrough was at the time through lockdown. There's a guy I know I met years ago called Larry. He has a company called Art Noir, and he's a big curator. He reached out to me. He was like, hey, we're raising funds for artists who are struggling through COVID. We're gonna do an auction of artworks. If you're keen, would like to have you in the auction through Artsy. And I was like, sure, why not, you know? And I'm hungry for exposure in the world beyond the world I live in. I believe that my work can speak to more people than the people who just see it now on my Instagram and around me. So I was like, cool, it's a good platform for my work to be seen in other spheres of the world. Sent through 3 artworks, and then he's like, yeah, sure, with the auction will start on Monday, this is what you need to post and whatever. And they in America, I missed it, you know, the day of the launch. I realized late and I shared the thing, and the auction was going through for a week or something. And I looked 3 days in there, no one is buying my stuff. You know, I was like, anyways, who knows? Fhatuwani, come on, you know? And after that week, I just go and I check curiously and I look, damn, 3 of my artworks sold for ridiculous money, bro. I won't disclose, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I could not believe that there's someone who actually paid so much money for my art, you know, and most of it was being donated and some of it was coming to me. Even the fee that was coming to me, I think 20% that was coming to me, was a lot of money for South Africans, you know. Oh, for the world, actually. It was a lot of money. That money set me through the whole of lockdown.
Yeah.
And I was like, there is a business here. There's something beyond me. And there's a spot for me in this. There's a seat on the table, whatever table it is. There's a spot for me in this art game, and I can do something, you know. I can create and I can be the artist I've always dreamt of being, you know. And that was a big confirmation, you know, of validation, where I was like, actually I can do this as a profession. And I never looked back, you know. And this is my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I have other businesses, but this is my 9 to 5. I do this every day. And I'm honestly living my dream. And every day, I can't believe it. I'm like, I feel like I'll wake up and I'll have to go back to a 9 to 5. Or,
Yeah.
you know, it's unbelievable. And I'm grateful for that. you know.
What would you say drives you the most, and what keeps you humble the most?
What drives me is I know my potential and I haven't reached it, you know, and I'm driven by, I get excited when I do stuff I thought I wouldn't be able to do. I get excited when I learn how to paint in a way that I never thought I would be able to do it. You know, I used to paint or draw on A4 papers, and now I do like big stuff, you know, big scale work. I never thought I would do that.
Yeah.
I never thought I would be able to sell artwork, even an A4. And now I sell big ones, you know, and it gets better and better. And that's my drive. And my other drive is that if Van Gogh, Picasso, Basquiat, and them got so far in art globally. Why can't I get there? You know, and not to mimic or copy them, but I feel that my art also has a message that can affect the world positively, and I want to do that while I'm alive, and that drives me. You know, and what keeps me humble, and I hope I am humble, is my relationship with my mom and how grounded she is, you know, and how I always want to be the same person I am to everyone. I always want to be the same person I am to my mom, to everyone. So the same energy I have when I see my mom or how I respond to my mom, I give it to everyone.
Yeah.
And that's I always want to remain my mother's child, and not oh, look at that guy is a big artist, or whatever material things I may have must not stifle my human connection or stifle the core of me.
Yeah.
You know, because the core of me does not matter what I'm wearing or what I have, the core of me is me. And I always want to present myself as naked as I can be, as real as I can be, regardless of my achievements or my sneaker collection or whatever things I have.
Yeah.
Should not change the person I am.
Facts.